Hello everyone, myself Shrinki Mehta, Assistant Professor, and today I am having Ms. Ritu Rathi Madam, a woman who believes that a woman should be known for her work and not just beauty. But I guess she is beauty with brains. So hello ma'am, thank you so much for coming over here and taking out her time. And I would just like to briefly introduce about what she does. Like she is a social activist, and she has grabbed the position of Divine Mrs. India 2019. That no doubt in that. And also she is BJP Mahila Morcha Vice President. So I heartily welcome you, ma'am. So, ma'am, this conversation is how are women in the middle age, still have to ponder about the age criteria, and also being a woman, you have lots of things to think upon, like family, friends, and of course the self. So how about this work-life balance? So we'll be discussing about that. So first, initiating with the question number one, it's like, could you just define your career journey?
See, I have always been working as a social worker on ground, जिसे हम कहते हैं अपनी language में कार्यकर्ता. So I believe कि it is not important to do a lot of big things, but start doing little small things in life, which I started long back. And the happiness I get in helping other people made me turn out into a social worker, social activist. And yes, I have my own NGO called Eksoch, where we, a lot of professionals, lawyers, doctors, teachers, all of us work. And as such, you can understand, the name Eksoch means let's change few thinking, few thought process, which are actually need to be worked on. So I have an NGO. I also have, like my father is a trustee in a blind ashram, Chaiwo Hospital, and Maheshwari Vidyapith School. So we just believe in working for specially able children and girls' education.
Wow, that's great, ma'am. Really inspiring. Moving ahead, would you just share me some instances where you have felt that age has been one of the criteria for your, to kickstart your career journey?
See, age is never a criteria because my little child, my daughter is 13 years old and she already owes an NGO. Recently, she got $2,800 from Ivy Board as a donation and award towards her project of thalassemia. And she also wrote an article for Smriti Irani ji on menstruation. Like, women do not need paid leaves for menstruation. So she totally supports that article. So age is never a barrier. It's always the thought process and the kind of value and ethics you get from your home. That's the beginner. So I would request and plead all the parents, especially the parents, because it's not always the task of a school or a teacher. So parents are equally important and they need to make the children learn how important it is to contribute to the society.
Right, very well said, ma'am. Glad to know that Smriti ma'am and your daughter has published. Like, it's very important to know. I think charity begins at home.
Absolutely.
People are there, so people will follow.
And I have seen a lot of women who are like of 65 plus, yet they are working rigorously for the society. So it's never, the age is not a barrier. You should be passionate about your work and you should understand what you actually want to do in your life. Because anything to be on a continuous process needs your own passion. Otherwise, it's just a matter of 2 din, 3 din karogi, you will get tired. Consistency is very, very important.
And age is just a number.
Yes. Age is just a number. You just need to understand you can do it. And that's the bottom line.
Right. What strategies or practices you are following or have followed since years to maintain a healthy equilibrium between your personal and professional, like family, friends, and work-life balance?
See, definitely maintaining a balance is a tough job, especially for women. But for that reason, we need to prioritize our work. I know my family is equally important. So once I'm finished off with my work, I make it a point to be back home. And the moment I enter home, I make it a point to hug my children and tell them that I really love them and I'm there standing beside them. I make them do their homework, I play with them, I go for their school PTMs. So it is always prioritizing your work, first come first basis, understand what is important at that point of time and give value to that time. So I think it can be balanced. And definitely I would say I have a big support of my family. My kids are very, very understanding. And that understanding we develop by communicating. I often communicate my work with my children and they communicate theirs. That is how we bridge the gap. So I think communication and prioritizing does the work.
Yeah, I like that one, communication, because being a parent myself, I understand, like, working women, how do you need to balance? Because once you are at home, kids want you,
Yes,
Not,
yes, yes, yes,
wholeheartedly they want you.
And kids are quite young, when they move out, they see them, I work on my Instagram, when they meet people, people appreciate the work. So even they feel proud, my mom is doing something that's really nice and we need to contribute to that.
Right.
So it's a combined effort.
Great, great thing, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, just moving ahead, what advice would you like to give to the young women, or maybe to the women who are, just aging, like 40 plus or middle-aged women who are just pondering कि अच्छा अभी तो 40 हो गए, अब क्या करेंगे, like अभी करना भी चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए, how will I do, certain obstacles आते हैं. So what advice would you like to give them?
See, I would ask all the women not to sit idle at home. I think every woman has some or the other talent inside them. We just need to understand what can we do and what can we add on. See, we are working for a lot of women. We are providing them a lot of trainings like stitching trainings. We are providing them salons, parlor trainings, and a lot of things are being provided so that women can sit at home and they can work. See, for me, it is very, very important to not just be housewife, to be smart wives. Because I can remember during COVID, there were a lot of women whose husband died and they had no idea how to sign a check also. So apart, they had no idea about bank balances, about handling their bank accounts, their financial things. So very important, if you have free time, please try to understand all the banking tasks with you, because that's the foremost thing, which you can sit at home, Google it. Everything is there online. So Google it, take help of your relatives, of your children or the nearby neighbors. If not, there are a lot of institutes which are working on that basis and a lot of NGOs who are working, like even our NGO is working for them. So anytime you can contact us, and definitely not sit at home idly, do something or the other that's going to keep your mind and heart busy both, and you will never age up.
Right.
That's the mantra.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, you will never age up. You will always be energetic, high on life.
Right. True that. So last but not the least, coming towards the end of this interview, wonderful interview rather. What initiatives or changes would you like to see, in this world or maybe in this scenario, in this where working women could be much better, and there could be such, initiatives for them to make it a better place for them regarding these age days or work life balance?
I would say the change I would love to see, it's not about just women, it's about everybody. See, when I work on ground, I always see all of them are blaming, someone or the other. इसने मेरे साथ ऐसा नहीं किया, गवर्नमेंट ने क्या दिया, इसने क्या दिया, नेबर ने कुछ नहीं किया, कंपनी ने कुछ नहीं किया. So it's all the time people are blaming others. We need to sit back and understand. There is no blame game. Everything starts from yourself. We always ask मेरे son ने मेरे लिए क्या किया, or my neighbor, my company, what did they do for us, or what the government did for us. First thing, we need to understand what have we done for others. Once we understand that, once we start from doing from within ourselves, there will be a lot of change. So start from yourself today itself and now, and try to get the change. You would see the amount of positive vibes you give to other people, you will get it back regardlessly. So let's try this simple mantra of life and stay high on life.
Wow, very nice, ma'am. Very well said. Valuations. आपने क्या
Value
value किया है?
This will give you mental peace also.
True that.
What happens all the time, we have regrets, we have this thing, complaints, and also we always feel that we are always stressed out.
True.
So stop complaining about life, start utilizing the life the way you want in the best of ways.
And you need to adopt the attitude of gratitude.
Gratitude is very important. The air we breathe,
True.
Till we sleep,
True.
We have a lot of gratitudes in life.
True that. Ma'am, one last thing, this my personal
Yes.
thing, how do you manage yourself? Family friends prioritize कर सकते हैं हम, ठीक है. कभी हम कई बार होता है ना कि अपनी चीज़ों को थोड़ा साइड कर देते हैं, ठीक है, काम है, मीटिंग्स है, ओके, खाना लंच टाइम है, ठीक है, साइड कर देते हैं. तो मैम सेल्फ के ऊपर वर्क करना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो एक मंत्र उसके लिए भी मिल जाए तो.
See, self care, I would say I do not have much time to give to myself because I have a lot of things to work on. But yet the only time I give myself is I sit, I analyze that I am very, very grateful towards everything in life. I am a very positive person, I feel. I find positive in everything, and that is what gives me a lot of peace, and I maintain because I am positive. Positivity is always there. I have no complaints for anything. Even if things are done, not done, I am absolutely okay with that. I feel I am contented, satisfied. And yes, whenever I want to take me time, I switch off my mobile. I go out for somewhere.
Detox.
Yeah, I detox myself at times, which is must.
Nice. It was really really an inspiring session with you, ma'am. Thank you so much
Thank you so
for
much.
taking out of time. And I know the on and off sessions were like but still it was worthwhile having you over here. Thank you so much.
Same here, I would love to tell one thing about all of you, especially the youth who are coming forward with such interviews, online and all. See, it's not just important to work. We need people who come above and appreciate your work, motivate the women who are working from home, trying to balance their lives. So I think all the credits to all of you
Thank you
and
so
your
much.
entire team.
Thank
Wishing
you.
you all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am.